Here we go with the first one, and it's definitely looking like an Arabia, right? Oh yeah, it is. So the first is gonna be Arabia. I'm kind of thinking it's going to be chosen by the Jedi Masters. I'm really expecting that's going to be them, because looking at the match overall, we should be having... They got Monk and Hans. Yeah, they definitely did, as they are having Hans and Mayans. Well, Hans are definitely kind of must on Arabia. The rest is kind of depends. Kinda depends, but of course, when you know what actually the opponents are having as a civilization, is definitely going to be helping you in the... It's going to be helping you in the early decisions and what's going to happen and what to expect, because of course, once you know that Pokasora is gonna be playing Mongols, then you also know that you should be expecting Scout Cavalry Rush in the early feudal age, and that basically means that you will know what to prepare for, and the one who will have to prepare for that is going to be the blue player, as the Mayan. And since the Mayan is gonna be coming for archers, might be getting a bit tricky, as the horses are gonna be quite a good counter to that, but still overall it's gonna be all about apparently protecting this hill, because this hill could be proving quite crucial, as if Chaos to Win does have plenty of archers, this is very close to TC, unusually close, so to be honest, this is gonna be probably a very important spot. If he can somehow keep it in his power, he could be denying any kind of Scout Cavalry raiding quite easily, even though they could be riding around and whatnot. Still, this is the main way inside the base, and he could be probably even somehow making sure that actually he doesn't need to wall all that much. Well, we'll see pretty much very soon. On the left, Sublime is apparently not having all that happy with how the map looks and whatnot. So far he hasn't found a second bar, just a lot of deer pushing right now going on by Influenzino, aka Influenza of course, and then there's gonna be bar behind this base, and the second one is right now being lured right next to the TC. So nicely played. Seems to be potentially there was some kind of opportunity for the Red Scout, but he has already bailed, because the loom wasn't researched, so there was an opportunity to potentially get the villager killed or whatnot. But he didn't take that, and he will have to somehow protect his own base, as he does have the boar in the front, so potentially it is stealable, the same as the sheep. So, well, apparently not really that much crucial in here overall, as otherwise the second boar is where? Quite far away as well. This is actually quite far away, and still could be some opportunity for Influenzino to actually take it. Interesting, as otherwise the boar is being butchered behind. Not really the curtains, of course, that is kind of before, rather in front of the TC, so on the town square. They're having some kind of villager feast out of it. As of course in the grey base, is there some kind of interesting stuff? Not much, as he's having the boars at pretty much the same spot apparently, so it's not gonna be stealable by the opponents at all, so it's gonna be all about the proper skill and the proper strategy choice. As far as some kind of overall skill goes, Chaos to Win and Influenzino are both, if I remember correctly, about 1900 to 2k. Something around those numbers, so really good players. For Chaos, or rather for the opponents, for Pokasora and Sublime from Gaucho C, they were seeded, I think, about 1750 as the overall team. So they should be something about that as well. So not really any kind of noobs, but definitely could be capable of surprising the opponents if they do something really well. It was almost looking like that he's actually gonna be pushing the deer in there, somewhere next to the water. That wouldn't be really ideal at all. She might be even kind of bugging out in there, because she would be confined to somewhere where she doesn't want to be. So could be going some long way about all around. But yeah, well, she didn't really need to do that in the end, and she's gonna be pushed right next to the TC, as it seems like it's gonna be working quite fine. The boar already, the second one being butchered, and we are just gonna be waiting for players to start advancing into the feudal ages, as of course, especially from the Mongol, you would be expecting a fast advance into the feudal and get the scouts out and then go into the castle age, of course. So how's it looking here so far? 18 villages, both Pokasora and Sublime for the opponents, already both at 20. This is interesting difference in here. Right here, already 2 villages difference. And there's not really any kind of other reason for that than basically just a difference in skill. So basically you can kind of already tell that the Jedi Masters are having a bit of an advantage in here already, as there is the scout scouting exactly where he should have been scouted. Yeah, this was the place where the second boar was, but that's already way too late right now at about 8 minutes, as Influenzio is gonna be advancing quite fast into the next age, quite fast indeed. You can see at 20 villages already, but Pokasora is advancing at 20 as well, but quite a bit later, because as I said, the economies are a bit different, and the skill seems to be also a bit different in there, but that was expected. Let's see how they're gonna be able to deal with what's going to be coming next. Otherwise, the next to be coming into feudal age is gonna be Sublime, the opponent of Influenzio, and the only one actually lagging behind is gonna be Chaos to Win. So it's almost looking like, especially with the Drash, that's gonna be fast castle for the Mayan player. Definitely makes sense. He's gonna be trying to drop, of course, the castle for the plume touches and whatnot. Makes pretty good sense indeed, to be honest. And of course, he's gonna be trying to... Oh, he's disrupted the barracks in there. Come on. So far, it's not crucial. Unless he loses the villager. Because so far, he's still not in the feudal age, so he doesn't need the barracks yet. So he is not going to be slowed down all that much, but still, this is at least an effective Drash right about now, as he's going to be, of course, keeping the villages, not really working. And that's exactly what you want to do. Exactly what you want to do overall. Then, of course, there's gonna be plenty of gold potentially open, and that should be something that actually blue is going to be taking advantage of. So far, he seems to be quite intent. Yeah, he was just right now switching into stone, or rather into gold, which is... It is kind of interesting choice, to be honest. Because when you think about it, if you are attacking Odrashin or Mongol, and you are expecting that he's gonna be coming for scout cavalry, that means he doesn't need gold. All he needs is actually getting plenty of food for all the scouts. So potentially if you disrupt the food, it's gonna be a bit more dangerous. But maybe the reason why he actually went for the gold miners was because of the numbers. Because of sheer numbers, that he was having better chances against 3 villages, against, or rather than against 4 or 5, or how many were there. So that could be some kind of good idea why he actually switched on the left side, but he is right now going to be losing the units. Even some extra help there was from militia, from, of course, the Grey player, but much more importantly, he kind of should be keeping the Eagle Warrior alive, because he could be definitely using a bit of scouting a bit later. But this is nice little micro by Chaos to win, and definitely paid off for him quite significantly, as he still does have 2 units to annoy the opponent. But we are also looking at difference in the build order that was probably spotted, and might be the reason why he actually went for the gold miners rather than anything else. Because he maybe spotted the build order that it's going to be for archer ranges and whatnot, and not really scout cavalry, so that could be the reason. In that case, very well played. And we're finally gonna be switching also onto the battle on the left side, where some scouts are coming in also from Influenzino into Sublime's base, but seems like that Sublime is definitely expecting exactly what was to come. So yeah, not really any kind of surprise, having already 2 spearmen in there, getting ready, and that's plenty enough to get rid of all of this. So I wouldn't be surprised all that much if maybe Influenza just full-on switched onto the right side. Not entirely certain what the game plan is going to be for the Jedi Masters, if they are just gonna be coming for 2 1v1s or not. Not really certain all that much, but yeah, so far there's gonna be switch into archers as we expected. As otherwise blacksmith coming up, so potentially really Castle Age shouldn't be that far behind for kills to win. Let's check. Let us check. So far he's having plenty of resources missing for that advance, but he seems to be getting ready in there. Even with the second row of walls, this is really nice. Helping himself basically protect everything crucial for him. As on the left there's gonna be another engagement, apparently between the armies, or not. Maybe not. Yeah, he's coming full scout rush in there, but he seems to be really doing quite a good job in here. And is there some kind of way through? Apparently not. This seems to be nicely blocked through the palisade wall, so there shouldn't be any kind of way across the beaches. He should be quite fine, as the palisades do have an opening. Oh, there is an opening. There is an opening. Influenzino, do you see this? Do you see this? Oh, he didn't. Just didn't see it. I kinda thinking that quick walling could have happened. The every villager, still this one is kinda being cat idle in there. So potentially there could have been some kind of fun. There could have been some kind of fun in there. But yeah, well, luckily it didn't happen for the red player. And green will be switching quite fully into the grey player, which is right now being signaled by the blue one where he actually is. And since he's gonna be joined apparently by some kind of army soon, I'm thinking there should be... Curious. I was kinda thinking he might be joined by some kind of archers. They are already ready. But apparently grey was slightly faster. He already is prepared. He already is prepared with skirmishes and whatnot, and he even denied the walling. This is actually quite important for Chaos to win, as he might be forced into a bit more defensive than he was hoping for, and not really helping his teammate all that much in trading in there. He's still pushing forward, but it's kinda a question of time before he is forced to switch back. Oh, he might be even able to actually catch one of those archers here and there. Interesting. So far not though. So far not, as the scout cavalry is of course gonna be full in here. And let's see what Sublime is actually gonna do. So far he's just advancing on his enemy base. Still going to be hoping that he can actually find something in there. And I'm not entirely certain if this is actually fully blocked. There seems to be a forest. Yeah, there is a tree. So that's so far fine, but apparently Pokasura thought that getting this double is gonna be just a bit too brutal for him. And looking at the economy, he's at 25. Oh, he's at just 25, so it kinda explains a bit. Yeah, being at 25 and getting heavily doubled, this is gonna be absolutely killing his economy. And look at how Sublime wouldn't be able to do anything at all in the attack. Like, literally nothing. He would be just maybe killing one villager if he was lucky and Influenza wasn't paying attention. But it would have been pretty much it, so I don't really expect that would be happening all that much. So this was a unexpectedly short game. So let's see what actually the home map for Gaucho C is going to be, because I'm fairly certain this was for the Jedi Masters. Well, we could have seen a bit of an advantage already going on from the very early games, when they were already 2 villages ahead, Jedi Masters, each of them against their opponents, and it seems to have translated quite alright into the later game as well, especially unfortunately for Pokasura, who was having kinda bad start, and the Drash, yeah, that worked very well for Chaos to win, and that's why you do it, to help yourself in the early games so significantly that even your opponent could be tapping out. Okay, let's check the post game. Largest army for Pokasura, just those 8. Well, happens. Just happens. Even though Sublime at 19, it's it's very good actually. Especially compared to the other players, it's very good. Very good indeed. So, GG. And we're gonna be waiting for the